Candace and I'm back with another video. So we're going to be talking about real estate tips. And some of the real estate tips that I want to get into is going to be some definitions. I get all the time, what does this mean? What does that define as? Can you break that down? I have no idea what that means. Can you explain that? Well, we're going to be doing a series with real estate terms and definitions and tips to help you guys as far as purchasing a home or just understanding real estate altogether. So today we're going to be talking about pre-approvals. You may hear this all the time. Pre-approval this, pre-approval that. We need a pre-approval before we can go out for a showing. I need a pre-approval before we can get you under contract. A lot of these terms are a part of the real estate process. So let's talk about a pre-approval today. So what I did was I looked at the definition of pre-approval on Google so that we can get the actual definition of what it means. Google says that a pre-approval is defined as a preliminary evaluation of a potential borrower by a lender to determine whether they can be given a pre-qualification offer. That's a lot, right? It's like, okay, what does that really mean? That's a long definition. I have no idea. Can you do that in short form? So in short terms, a pre-approval is basically a letter that comes from a lender. So you are a borrower putting in an application asking this lender to give you money in order to help you purchase a house. During this application process, you have to fill out your information of financing, your debt, where you live. Basically, they ask for just about every single record or document on you, and they want to know if you qualify. This pre-approval in this format, what happens is once you do the application, there will come back a letter to show you what you are approved for. This letter is basically a qualification range of what you can afford. So that's in short form what a pre-approval is. I also want to go into the benefits of having a pre-approval. I've had so many times where people came up to me or asked me questions like, do I really need to have a pre-approval first? Maybe I can just ask the lender, just give them a ballpark range of my situation and maybe they can help me out. Y'all, a lot of these lenders can give you a scenario all day long, but it's not until you put in the application for a pre-approval where they can truly tell you what you qualify for. So I'm going to give you 3 benefits of having a pre-approval before you decide to purchase a home. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the benefit of having a pre-approval is it sets the right expectation for you as a future buyer. The reason why it sets the right expectation is because it helps you with your budget. When you put this application in, you tell them exactly where you live, what you make, what your debt is, etc. They're going to send back a rate or a range of what they believe that you qualify for. And then, of course, the interest rates of what we have today in the market. And they're going to tell you what you qualify for. The benefit of having this prior to purchasing a house is that it tells you what you can afford. So let's just say that we're going out to a restaurant and your friends are telling you that, oh, it should be, matter of fact, let's give a scenario. So let's just use the scenario. Let's say that you and your friends are about to go out and have a good time. You're about to get some drinks, it's you and your girls or you and your guys, whatever it is. And then they said, oh, it's a $20 cover charge when you get there. Well, you only budget to do a $20 cover charge, but when you got to the door, it was actually a $30 cover charge. So now you're like, okay, well, I wish I would have known this before I got here so I could budget properly before I actually enter into this place. Now I got to move some money around. Now I'm like, that's a little too much. Don't you think having the understanding of your budget first is important before you actually go to a place or search wherever you're going? I think so. And first of all, we ain't paying $30 to get in nowhere because they playing. Where's we at paying $30 to get in? That's besides the fact. The point of having a pre-approval is that it sets the right expectation for your budget. So before you can even go out looking for a house, you're on Zillow, you're looking for your dream home. This piece of paper is going to tell you, hey, you qualify for this amount of money, and this is the area that you need to be looking in. So within the setting the right expectation, it also tells you what you can afford. What you can't afford is important too, because you don't want to go out here thinking that you can afford a $400,000 home, and then when your pre-approval comes back, it really says $285,000. I think that would set you up for failure because when you're touring homes and you're falling in love with these places and your pre-approval says you cannot qualify for that, it's really going to set you up for failure. So that's the first benefit of having a pre-approval prior to purchasing a house. So the second benefit of having a pre-approval is that it's a time saver. We talked about setting the right expectations. Well, when you set the right expectations, that also saves you time. This pre-approval is a letter that will show you exactly not only what you can afford, what you can't afford, but it's also going to tell you what areas to look in. Believe it or not, home ownership is a journey. And I don't know why some people glorify becoming homeowners and that this process is just putting in an application and you looking for houses and this HGTV and you're going to find the best home and it's going to be everything like, oh, this is going to be perfect. No, home ownership journey has bumps in the road. And I don't know why people glorify that, because becoming financially stable and responsible is a huge deal. And I think that that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of maturity and it takes a lot of change and adjustments to your lifestyle in order for you to be able to afford things like that. When you're understanding your budget, when you have that pre-approval, not only does it set the right expectation, it shows you what you can afford, it shows you what you can't afford, and it saves you time from looking in neighborhoods that you didn't necessarily qualify for. Also, with the benefit of it, it can actually save you time so that you can look in the right neighborhoods too as well. So that's the second benefit of having a pre-approval. The last and final benefit of having a pre-approval prior to purchasing a home is that it allows you to reach your goals in a very short amount of time. When you put these applications in with lenders, a pre-approval lasts up to 90 days. So if you and your spouse or you on your own or your family is trying to reach a goal within 90 days, pre-approvals last that long. So when you put an application in, it allows you to search for a home in this amount of time. And this is why it's important to have it prior to looking, because if you go out, you don't have this letter, you're looking around aimlessly, you're on Zillow, you got your dream house saved on your bucket list, is in the cart, you're ready to go. You waste a lot of time by just dreaming and not putting yourself in the application process. And what this does is it truly sets you up for success. So once again, those were the 3 benefits of having a pre-approval prior to purchasing a home. So the first one was it sets the right expectation on what you can and can't afford. The second one is that it's a time saver. So it helps you look in the right neighborhoods and in the right price point. And then the third one, it allows you to reach your goals within 90 days with the expiration of 90 days on a pre-approval letter. So thanks for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope that you learned a little bit about a pre-approval and the real estate process. And also, if you have any other questions or any thoughts about home ownership, leave them in the comment. Or you could tell me about your first thought of pre-approval, what you thought that was like, what happened when you got your letter? Did you hurry up and buy your house? Did it go really soon for you or did it not? Leave that in the comments and let's share. So let's talk about home ownership. Let's learn together. Let's grow together as we learn more about real estate. I do look forward to sharing more videos, tips, terms, and definitions about real estate. And click the link below in the bio so that you can subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.